Scorpion Mask has a title that I just came across, and now I just want to tell you about it. Sky Team. This is a 2-player game for ages 12 and up and should take you about 15 minutes to complete. Sky Team is a cooperative game exclusively for 2 players in which you play a pilot and a co-pilot at the controls of an airliner. Your goal is to work together as a team to land your airplane in different airports around the world. To land the plane, you need to silently assign your dice to the correct spaces in your cockpit to balance the axis of your plane, control the speed, deploy the flaps, extend the landing gear, contact the control tower to clear your path, and even have a little coffee to improve your concentration enough to change the value of your dice. If the aircraft tilts too much and stalls, overshoots the airport, or collides with another aircraft, you lose the game and your pilot's license, and, well, probably your life too. From Montreal to Tokyo, each airport offers its own set of challenges. Watch out for the turbulence, as this could end up being a bumpy ride. I remember back in the 80s, I remember flight simulation games on systems like my old Commodore 64 were very popular games. But other than that, I've actually never thought of a pilot flight simulation game as a board game before. So yeah, I wanted to know more about this. So I do enjoy push your luck dice games. I always have. So it really did make me happy to see that this is that style of game. This is a push your luck style dice game with dice manipulation. From what I've read, I find it to be similar in a way to other games like Roll Player with dice placement, but yet at the same time dice management and alteration ability during the course of the game, based on other things that you're able to do, other rolls that you're able to make. So now I'm looking at this and I'm reading these things and I'm thinking to myself, okay, the second thing I learned about this game is another aspect that I absolutely love about board games. Now, that's saying on top of the fact that I'm a dice chucker at heart. I really do enjoy chucking dice. That is my favorite part of any game. I guess this is why dice games, the games that are heavily using dice, instead of just a roll to see if you hit or something, no, where the dice are part of the game itself, like this, like Roll Player. I really do enjoy that even more. So much like other simulation survival games that I've seen, like First Martians, like Robinson Crusoe, this really is a game about dealing and managing with crisis problems. That's what it seems like, reading about it, hearing about it. And it does have a lot of those real life situations that you need to accomplish, you need to get over in order to land this plane safely. Things like wind strength, wind direction, turbulence. The game was talking about things I would never even have thought of, like a kerosene leak it was talking about. Of course, there's other air traffic that you need to manipulate. I guess I should say maneuver around. Icing on the plane. So many things that this game takes into consideration. Now, I didn't see who the designers of this game were, but I'm really feeling like they have some sort of experience as pilots. And if they don't, they definitely seem to have some sort of sit down to learn everything they needed to learn to make a simulation board game about piloting. And another thing that really never occurred to me is airports. I mean, I know what an airport is. I've been to airports. I've used airports. But what I'm talking about is how they play a factor in having to land a plane. And this game uses real life airports from Montreal to Tokyo, New York, things in between. There's at least one, I wouldn't call it an expansion, but I guess more of a promo. There's a promo for another airport and actually one for more pilots and co-pilots. So it doesn't have a lot of extra support right now, but it does have a couple of the promo stuff. But yeah, it's all based on these real life places. And how each one of them is different and has its own unique challenges to landing a plane. I never thought of that. Very cool that takes all that into consideration. All the reviewers are talking about how this is such a highly immersive game that it really does take you out of reality, I guess, to a degree, and really kind of puts your imagination in the forefront of creating this whole scene of you trying to get this damn plane landed. Everyone loves the thematic feel of this. And they talk about it not being a hard game to learn. The rules are not difficult. And being a 2-player game, you can get this out. It doesn't take a big footprint. And you can get this out, learned, and playing in no time. And I always love reporting that on a game because it is really so important. But don't take my word for it. I'm just a floating head. I'm not even a floating head here. I'm a floating voice. I'm not even a head. But don't take the advice of any floating head or floating voice. Please go watch playthroughs. Find a playthrough of a game you're interested in. Watch that. Watch many of them if you can. It'll give you the best idea if you're going to like a game. Much better than listening to somebody you don't know. Please go get more information on SkyTeam.